Welcome to the Complete Story series, where I take trade paperbacks and single issues of comic books and I break them down into digestible bites. Then we add in some music, some funny voices, and we read them dramatically back to you in an epic recap. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Now, this is an older Wolverine storyline. It came out before his death, so a lot of the elements within this storyline aren't going to be matching up with the current day, but just like a lot of the other stories that we are doing, this is an epic story, and I hope you guys enjoy. Deep in the forest, John Wraith sits with Logan at his church as he tells him that there are two types of hell. The actual hell, and the hell that they create for themselves, which he's pretty sure he knows plenty about. John goes on to state that the important thing to remember is that even back in their Weapon X days, they're not victims, they were born killers. Logan asks, when is this supposed to get easier? And John tells him, well, it doesn't. Logan then says, with everything going on in this world, our enemy's defeated. Everything in the world is right again. Except that's never the case. The thing I'm worried about is not carrying the darkness in me. It's the hope. John tells him having faith and hope are fragile things. But is it the faith being broken that worries him? Or being rewarded when it does? 3 weeks pass. John gives service and notices Logan isn't in the crowd, which is strange. But as the service goes on, a man runs in shouting that him and his wife were attacked. The man just cut through the entire house like it was nothing. John looks at the woman's arm where she was cut, and he sees 3 distinct claw marks. He tells the crowd to stay in the church. He's gonna go find out what's going on. And outside, he heads to the shed behind the church where he keeps his weapons cache. He starts loading up when he hears an explosion in the distance. John runs through the woods and he sees something, and it charges forward, knocking him to the ground. A hooded man stands over him, and John tells him that he's not going to beg if that's what he wants. And then bugs start to crawl over John's face, and he begins to scream. The hooded man walks back to the church, and as he gets back to the doors, he spits acid on the steps, and suddenly, they burst into flames. The fire starts to climb the building, and John runs into the woods telling him to stop. As John grabs him, he feels several claws stab into his stomach, and then he's tossed to the ground. John looks up and says, "You can't be Logan. So who are you?" The man pulls down the hood and asks, "What do you see?" "Tell us." And John says, "Hell. He sees hell." Over in San Francisco, Logan's girlfriend Melita begins finishing up a story that she was writing down when she hears the elevator doors ding. As the doors open, a security guard's body falls out with a knife in it, and with it, Gunhawk and his men step out stating, "Find the woman." One of the larger men runs through the aisles stating that he can smell her, and soon he looks over at a cubicle and finds Melita. She reaches for her purse, firing a gun that Logan had given her, knocking the man away, and she starts running. The female of the group chases after her, and then suddenly there's a rev of an engine, and a woman rides a motorcycle through, slamming into her. Melita points her gun at the woman on the bike, telling her to stay away, and Mystique pulls the helmet off, stating that if she wants to save herself and Logan, hop on the bike. She's here to help. As Melita jumps on, the two escape, and Gunhawk reports that the woman escaped, and Mystique helped her. The man tells them to just go ahead and proceed to their next target, and then a woman says that Mystique has betrayed them, but the man tells her not to worry. When the time is right, they will deal with Mystique and Melita. Out on the streets of San Francisco, Melita tells Mystique to forgive her for, not trusting her at all. But who were those people back there? Mystique says that they are people who hate her and her boyfriend Logan even more than she does. So Melita asks the big question, where's Logan? And Mystique says that that's not really an easy question, because the questions are, where is his body and where is his soul? Down in the pits of hell, demons hold up Logan's body to the devil, and the devil says that he's going to enjoy playing with his new toy. As time passes, Logan finds himself fighting off wave after wave of demons, all trying to wear him down. It could have been days, months, years, but either way, he can at least be himself here, and that's a killer. As Logan tears through the demons, he tells himself that he should be somewhat careful. His wounds are not healing as fast as they should be, and his claws are now bone instead of adamantium. As the last demon is cut down, the devil's voice can be heard laughing. Are you ready to give up yet? Because I have plenty more people who would love to see you. Logan looks at him and tells him, "Keep 'em coming, bub." More demons appear, and all of the people that Logan has killed in his past appear. But that doesn't stop him as he rips through them all the same. The more of them that fall, the more appear. But there is one who really wishes to see Logan. A tendril claws out, grabbing Logan by the throat, and Omega Red tells him that he's going to make him suffer just like he did his old friend. But Logan grabs the tendril and flips Omega Red over and cuts through his torso. He screams out that they won't ever break me! And the demons continue coming, and they begin to overwhelm him. The devil begins to pull on a chain, telling Logan that he has so many more men who claimed the same thing, but every one of them is broken down, including Sabretooth here. Up in the real world, Mystique pulls over and Melita asks what exactly does she mean by Logan is in hell? Like the actual literal hell? Melita takes her phone out and Mystique asks who's she gonna call. And she tells her that she's calling the X-Men. Mystique tells her don't do that. Her and the X-Men don't really mix well, so she calls them, count Mystique out. Elsewhere, a phone begins to ring, and Yukio picks it up telling whoever is on the line to speak. Melita says that they have a mutual friend who needs help, and Yukio tells her that Logan always has a habit of falling for helpless women. But what is it, helpless American female? Melita goes on stating that this might sound crazy, but, and then before she can go on, Yukio hears a creak, and then a man slashes where she's sitting. She fights back and she kicks the hooded man, and that's when she sees Logan's face dripping with blood. He holds out his arm, slamming Yukio into the ceiling, and then he brings her close. He holds out his claws and he stabs into her chest. Melita asks what's going on, and Logan picks up the phone telling her, she's dead. Melita asks if it's him, and Logan tells her, not anymore. The line then goes silent. Mystique looks back, telling her, told you. And Melita asks what are they supposed to do, but Mystique tells her they wait for Damon and the Ghost Riders. Meanwhile, back in hell, Logan watches as the demons bring out Mariko. He says that he will do anything, just don't hurt her. And the devil tells him, oh no, I'm not going to hurt her. She's going to hurt you. One of the demons hands Mariko a barbed flail, and she tells Logan that she's sorry, and she whips him with the flail. The barbs tear into his back, and she tells him, please, just give in. He doesn't answer her, and he screams out in pain as the barbs continue to tear away at his flesh. Looking on, though, are two figures watching Logan's torture. The taller man says that he better not give in. If he does, the plan will go out the window. All he needs to do is talk to them. And the shorter man, Puck, steps out stating that he's pretty sure he won't be having anything to do with them when he finds out who he is. But for now, he's got Puck to help him. As the beatings go on, the devil comes up with a better idea, and he releases Sabretooth. Logan laughs, ha 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 ha. It looks like you finally found your place in life, Sabretooth. Guess cutting off your head was the best thing that could have ever happened to you, huh? Creed roars, and the devil tells him, that's enough. I have something else I would like to show you, Logan. More demons show up carrying someone, and as they get closer, Logan sees the Silver Samurai. The devil says that Harada here would like to tell him a few things, and Harada looks up, stating that it's because of him. This is all because of him. And then his head flies off. The devil picks up the head and crushes the body with his sword. He then holds the sword to Logan's face, telling him that this is the soul cutter. Wounds from it never heal, so either you break or I'm gonna cut you into little pieces. Logan looks at him and spits in his face. The devil roars and slices down, cutting off Logan's ear, and he tells the demons to go ahead and nail Logan to something for a few thousand years. While Logan is taken away back up top, Mystique leads Damon to where Logan was taken away. Melita says that it was her, wasn't it? The one who lured Logan here. And Mystique tells her, yeah, there were some powerful people that hired her, and she doesn't want to be a part of it anymore. Damon tells Melita that Mystique is telling the truth, at least on where it happened. But there is one thing that he wants her to understand. If they fail in their attempts to exorcise the demon out of Logan's body, they could be spending an eternity in agony beyond imagining. Is that something that she is ready for? Back down below, Logan stands nailed to a cross when he hears a voice. Puck tells him that he's looked better, and Logan asks, what are you doing here? Puck explains, right now, if you want out, you need to keep holding out. The demons here are wanting to take over the throne there, and every time you defy them, the devil's grip loosens. So no matter what, don't break! Puck then leaves and Logan hangs, planning his next move. His arms begin to flex and he screams as he pulls the nail out of the board in his hand. The demons all start chanting for Logan to fight, and the devil asks, what the hell is going on? Soon the bodies begin to fall from the sky, and the devil looks up to see Logan ripping the wings off of the flying demons. And the devil shouts, that is enough! It is time to end this. Logan tells him, talk is cheap, bub, so you better show me. And the two charge at each other. As they meet, they begin to swing and slash away at each other, and as the fight goes on, the devil cuts and slices into Logan, knocking him down. He then holds out his sword, telling him, this is goodbye. And Logan says, at least you proved one thing. That's that even the devil can bleed. Dripping off of Logan's claws is green blood, and the devil notices the cut on his face. The demons begin to rally, and Logan jumps up, punching the devil. Puck and the tall man watch, and the tall man says that it looks like things are at their tipping point. Puck tells the man that after that, he's gonna get out of here. Meanwhile, up on top of the X-Men's Utopia, the possessed Logan begins his assault, attacking Colossus first. Colossus knocks him down, telling him, I would rather not have to hurt you. And Logan says, you must not know much about demons, huh? Speaking of, where is the little hell tease of a sister? Maybe she can enlighten you. Colossus grabs him and throws him back down to the ground, telling him, you will not speak of her. And then after throwing Logan out of the building, Colossus tells Kitty to go and get Scott. Before she can leave, Logan crashes back down, knocking Colossus through the floorboards. Logan stands there with his claws dripping with blood, telling him, "Look, there must be something soft and squishy inside." The other X-Men run in to help, and as Iceman gets close, Logan breathes fire all over him. Angel runs up, but as Logan walks past him, his eyes begin to bleed. Logan walks back over to Colossus and he tells him, "When I took this body, I made a pact to kill everything that Logan has ever loved. So now it's time to die." Back in hell though, Logan continues chipping away at the devil, making cuts all over his face. And with one last attack, the devil pushes Logan down, breaking his bone claws. After pushing him down, the devil picks him back up, and that's when he hears something. A sudden roar from behind the devil approaches, and he asks, "Who dares?" The demons then swarm around him. Topside, Mystique and the Ghost Riders head into Utopia to find the possessed Logan standing over Colossus's dead body, and they pull him away. But down below as the fight continues, Logan grabs a hold of his broken claws and he uses them to nail the devil's body while the other demons flutter around. Now with the soul cutter out of the devil's hands, the demons begin fighting over the sword, and the devil tells Creed to hurry up and free him, but Creed growls and slashes away. As the demons all fight, Logan looks over and a voice tells him, "If you're thinking of joining, don't." The man steps out and says that he would like to have a moment to talk to him, man to man, father to son. Thomas Logan steps up and tells him, "Hello, son." Logan tells him that he is not his father, but Thomas tells him, "I'm not mad at you for killing me and sending me here. It just took some years to figure out what you really were. But with all of this that is going on, me and Puck set it up. All I wanted to do was tell you that I'm proud of you." Topside, Mystique and one of the Ghost Riders drags the possessed Logan to the church that Damon told him to bring him to. And as they ride, Logan stabs his claws into the road, and he pulls back on the chain. The Ghost Riders fall off the bike, and Mystique sprays him with a holy water mace. The Ghost Rider runs in, punching and headbutting, but Logan leans back, grabbing the skull and tearing it off of his body. He then takes the flaming skull and he throws it at Mystique and stabs into her. Logan looks down, telling her, "We are not the same Logan as you once knew." And Mystique tells him, "It's true. You're stronger and faster, but you're still just as stupid." The other Ghost Rider blazes through, grabbing Logan's hand and flings him into the church. As his body tumbles and rolls in, Damon looks at him and tells him that it's time to send his ass back home. Back down below in hell, Logan says that he can't believe what he's hearing, and Thomas tells him, "Just believe it. Now go out there and be the son that you were born to be." Over in the crowd of demons, Creed grabs a hold of the soul cutter, and then he charges in after Logan. Using his broken claws, Logan stabs into Creed's neck, and the two of them begin to struggle over the soul cutter. Logan bites into Creed's ear and he rips it off his body, and then he takes the sword from his grip. Holding the sword, he tells Creed, "This sword will make it so the wounds don't heal anymore." So, with one swing, Creed's head rolls off. Everyone watches, stating no, but Thomas watches, stating yes. We will all now bow before the new Lord of Hell. Thomas walks over to his son, telling him, "You've done it. Hell is yours. Hell is ours. Together." And as Thomas reaches out to Logan, Logan tosses the sword back into the crowd of demons. Thomas shouts, "You had it, you pathetic coward!" And Logan turns back, punching Thomas Logan in the face. As Logan walks off, his father watches, stating, "You'll be back." Some of the demons start to surround Puck, and Logan steps in with the barbed flail, and the two start fighting the crowd back. As they clear a path to the wall, Logan and Puck begin to climb the walls of hell. And then Logan sees Mariko. Inside her cell, she wishes him speed on his journey, and Logan looks at her, telling her, "That's crazy, you're coming too." She responds by telling them that they had their time together. This is where she belongs until she can redeem herself. So go. Logan reaches out to her, but Mariko tells him to just go. Don't look back. And Logan and Puck continue climbing as the demons beg to be let out. As they climb, one demon reaches out, grabbing Puck and pulling him back down. Logan tries to catch him, but Puck shouts for him to keep going. Logan climbs on, thinking to himself that the man down there, he is every bit his son, a killer, a walking, talking tragedy. And soon the light begins to shine, and the possessed Logan screams out in pain. Everyone looks at Logan's body, and Melita asks if it's working. She leans in, asking Logan to say something, but instead of an answer, Logan gets up and runs. Damon says that Logan's mind is still in turmoil. They need to catch him, and as they walk out, a voice tells them, "I'm not sure what the hell is going on." And that's when everyone sees Logan stopped by Scott, and he tells them, "But this ends now." This might sound like it's wrapping up, but it's only beginning, because this is the storyline that leads up to the death of Wolverine, and one of my favorite Wolverine storylines that did come out before he finally died. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I did. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get a whole bunch of Wolverine and Old Man Logan content, because there's kind of a movie coming out. I don't know if you're aware of that. Comes out next week. Anyway, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Comicstorian so we can discuss how awesome that movie is probably going to be.